Today we are going to talk about the New Caledonia independence referendum. How often do we come across regions or countries around the world refusing to become independent from their former colonial masters? Well, as it turns out, not very often. In December 2021, the archipelago region of New Caledonia held its third vote for independence from France. Quite surprisingly, the overseas territory chose to remain with the French Republic, with the majority voting against independence. Before we jump into the specifics of this, let's answer the million-dollar question. What is New Caledonia? New Caledonia is a sui generis, or a special collectivity of the French Republic. This essentially means that France can control military, foreign policy, immigration, and currency in the region. Geographically speaking, it is located in the Pacific Ocean, just south of Vanuatu, and around 1,200 kilometers east of Australia. It is also one of the farthest French territory, with an incredible 17,000 kilometers away from continental France and Europe. The New Caledonian archipelago consists of the island of Grande-Terre, the Loyalty Islands, the Chesterfield Islands, Belep Archipelago, and the Isle of Pines, along with a few remote islets. The tropical paradise is home to more than 285,000 people living on an area of 18,500 square kilometers, which in comparison is twice as big as Cyprus. The population is mainly native Kanak people, along with Europeans, Polynesians, and a small percentage of Asians. This is the official flag of New Caledonia, and this is their official emblem. French is the official language, and they also have close to 40 recognized regional languages. Now back to the original story here. To understand the New Caledonian referendum, let's back up a bit to 1998. France signed the Nouméa Accord, which is named after the capital city Nouméa, which promised a smooth transition of power to the local government over a period of 20 years. And so 20 years later, in 2018, they had their first independence referendum voting with a voter turnout of about 81%. In this, 56% voted no to independence and wanting to stay with France. 2 years later, the second independence referendum voting took place with a voter turnout of 86%. Once again, 53% of the majority voted to stay with France. In 2021 December, the third and final independence referendum took place with a low turnout of 43.8% and 96.5% voting no to independence. The low turnout of 43.8% in December 2021 compared to the previous year's record was attributed to a widespread boycott of the indigenous Kanak people that refused to vote and had previously demanded the vote be postponed following a new outbreak of COVID-19 in the region. So why are the people of this region repeatedly rejecting independence? There is good reason, because in addition to a lot of money, France provides healthcare, jobs in the region, and most people proudly identify themselves as French. On the flip side, the local Kanak population want their own identity and do not want any association with France. They believe that their culture, language, and traditions are unique and thus need representation on a global level. The government of France, however, officially considers the matter of New Caledonia independence resolved, but questions continue to linger over the legitimacy of the controversial third referendum. It remains to be seen if there will be an additional referendum in the coming years. At the moment though, New Caledonia can continue to enjoy their special collectivity status with France and the vast benefits that come with it. And in the words of the French President Emmanuel Macron, France is more beautiful because New Caledonia has decided to stay part of it. What do you think of New Caledonia as a country or region? Leave a comment, and as always, thank you so much for watching.